So now talking about complexity.
Paperless movement, your productivity, your way.
That's the simplest setup that works for both of us, for Paco and me at the Paperless Movement and for the rest of the team perfectly. We exchanged tools in the past, we added more tools, we removed tools, but we rather remove things instead of adding something. And the current tool stack that you find on the website, that is a long-lasting thing, because the key understanding there is when you, again, look at your ICOR framework, you learn about core apps and satellite apps and utility apps. The core apps are the apps that you place at the map directly. And this means these are tools that you shouldn't remove at all costs because they will hurt your business continuity. And that's the understanding. That's another takeaway by just filling out the ICOR framework, the realization, if I have Asana, ClickUp, Monday, Microsoft Project, whatever, in my ICOR framework as a core app, and you fancy to go to another tool that you just saw on YouTube that looks so good, like Notion or something like that, somebody tells you, man, that works perfectly for my business, then you will think twice, because you look at your ICOR framework, you see it's a core app, and this means if you change this core app, it will interrupt your business processes. You have to migrate a lot of information from this core app to the new app, and this gives you more friction than it, or maybe cause more harm than it will help, especially as we have seen so many times, people switching, then they are 3 months in, then they realize that this tool is actually working worse than the one that I had in place before, and they switch back, and then you have scattered information in two tools, and that's really an issue. And that's where it comes to the tool agnostic approaches that we teach in ICOR, the workflows and the concepts that we teach there, because we always say, learn the tool agnostic approaches first. Understand what are your business processes, your business workflows in a tool agnostic way. And that's part of the Automation Like a Pro course as well, where you realize then exactly what you do, split into different work streams. What are you doing on your daily basis? And therefore you realize what tools work best for this, or the current tools that you use, where are the friction points? And you will never be able to figure that out just by gut feeling. That's the point. And that's where we have this ICOR framework. And that's why our members in the end of the ICOR journey will revisit the initial ICOR framework with the tool stack, and they will look at it from a complete different perspective. We are using ClickUp as a project manager. We are using Todoist as a task manager. And we are using Sunsama as a planner. And we hear it again and again. Well, I'm using from other people. We are using Sunsama to note down tasks. I use even things plus Todoist plus other things. And that's where it becomes confusing. And the thing was then that I was working in a big corporate in my day job, and I had a side hustle, the Paperless Movement. And therefore, it was more complex and had different businesses to handle and business work to handle. And therefore, I had to use a tool to consolidate all this information in one place. Now I'm 100% in Paperless Movement, and I'm just on my work streams, and I know exactly the priorities that I need to work in. So therefore, what I need to plan are events, meetings, all right? So therefore, the calendar is enough. And I think there's a lot to cover here when we talk about a planner and a calendar, a task manager and a project manager. And why Paco needs all this still is his complexity that he has in his businesses, as he is running 4 businesses at once and multiple project managers at once, and needs to bring everything into one place.